Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Ben Jacobs provides massive update on Andre Onana's future at the club. Andre Onana is still seen as the right man to protect the Manchester United goal by Erik Tan Haag and his coaching staff. This is according to journalist Ben Jacobs, who has recently spoken about the summer signing's future. Onana has endured a frustrating start to his Manchester United career, where he has kept the joint most clean sheets in the league, but he has committed some blunders, most devastatingly in the Champions League. This has led to the press linking the Old Trafford side with AC Milan's French shot-stopper Mike Maignan. Moreover, the club was also seriously interested in the player last summer before they decided to opt for Onana. Nonetheless, Jacobs admitted that whilst there have been doubts about the goalkeeper and his ability to succeed at United, this is not the opinion of his manager. The journalist was quick to dispel such thoughts by stating there is a link with Mike Maignan, and the response from sources at the club is that Onana is being backed. Jacobs went into more detail on his thoughts about the club's stance by asserting, I think that's smart because goalkeepers in particular are different characters, they breed of confidence. The sport reporter also compared the situation to Aaron Ramsdale at Arsenal, who, despite enjoying a successful season last year, was replaced by David Raya. This has resulted in indecision and both talented keepers making high profile errors this season. Erik Tan Haag, for his part, has been very supportive of the Cameroon international. The sports commentator agreed with Tan Haag's approach and stated, if you help develop the goalkeeper and support them publicly, as Erik Ten Hag has done with Onana, it can actually lead to a more significant improvement. Therefore, the links to Maignan at this stage are just admiration, according to Jacobs, and there is no serious interest in signing the player. Man United fans will hope Jacobs' belief and Ten Hag's faith will result in Onana finding some good form over a packed festive period. Erik Ten Hag must start Raphael Varane and must win a Champions League game versus Bayern. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag must start Raphael Varane in Tuesday's must-win Champions League group stage game against Bayern Munich at Old Trafford. The Red Devils suffered an embarrassing 3-0 Premier League loss to Bournemouth on Saturday. They were poor with his decision-making in their own box and paid the price with a costly defeat at home. The club have no time to ponder over the result, considering they have a crucial European game against Bayern in midweek. United must beat the German champions to have any chance of making the last 16. The Red Devils are currently bottom of their Champions League group with 4 points, one behind Galatasaray and Copenhagen. Their chances of making the round of 16 depends on a victory over Bayern combined with a draw in the other group game. That is far easier said than done, but United need to show a strong defensive resolve first to give themselves a chance of securing 3 points versus the Bundesliga giants. Ten Hag should stop the experiment of playing Luke Shaw in central defense. After his tough outing versus Bournemouth, he was easily beaten in the air by Philip Billing for the second goal. Shaw should be reverted to his regular left back on a Tuesday night. Varan has the big game experience and he should be entrusted alongside Maguire at the heart of the back line. The 35 million euros rated star has not started for the club since late October, with Tan Hag regularly citing that the decision is tactical and he prefers Maguire in the right centre-back role. Varan has not got the nod into the starting 11 for 7 weeks, but we believe the wait should end versus Bayern. The Frenchman is still United best central defender in our opinion. He has had his fair share of injury troubles this year, but his passing and strong aerial presence puts him apart from other centre backs. He deserves to start in Wednesday's must-win game. Varan and Maguire have played together on several occasions in the past, and we would like to see the duo pair together in midweek. Starting Johnny Evans over Varan would be a big mistake in our view, with the Northern Irishman no longer in his prime and lacking recovery pace. Victor Lindelof is likely to miss the game through injury. Jadon Sancho has missed multiple training sessions since being banished from first team. The Jadon Sancho saga has been one of the most unexpected themes of this current Man United season, presumably a favourite of Erik Tan Haag last season, whom he nurtured into a contributor and gave countless chances. To a lack of professionalism has completely ruled him out of the first team squad this season. Now, Sun Sport have reported that since being banished from the first team picture, Sancho has missed multiple training sessions as well. It's notable because the winger isn't allowed to train with the first team, so those sessions would have been either individual or with the youngsters. Interestingly, the report states that he has not been fined for this since he always comes up with a reason to do so, be it sickness or something else. However, it's impossible to look at this and not think that his banishment from the first team and this action are correlated. Recently, Tan Hag again stressed that the impasse between the player and the club is of Sancho's own doing. The manager confirmed that he had been dropped as he failed to match certain standards at the club. All Sancho needs to do to come back into the reckoning of the first team is to apologize, which Tan Hag hinted at, saying he knows what he needs to do. However, no apology has been forthcoming, and rumors about a potential exit from the club as soon as January have started surfacing. A recent report from Germany said that the player is open to returning to Borussia Dortmund, but his secret desire is to resume at United. For that to happen, there will have to be mending of broken bridges, which Sancho doesn't look like he will do anytime soon. Going by his actions of missing training, it looks like even if he did, the next transgression will be around the corner, so it would be perhaps best to end this uncomfortable union. Bruno Fernandez attempts to explain Man United's defeat to Bournemouth. Bruno Fernandez has attempted to explain Man United's disastrous 3-0 defeat to Bournemouth at Old Trafford. Dominic Solanke, Philip Billing, and Marcus Senesi netted the decisive goal for Bournemouth at Old Trafford, which is certainly a damaging blow to United's chances of Champions League football next season. The pressure is building on Erik Tan Haag after his 11th defeat of the season in all competitions, and the Dutchman looks to be feeling the pressure as the 53-year-old looked rather irate at times during the second half in particular. The Red Devils have a tough week ahead of them with Bayern Munich and Liverpool to come. Defeats like yesterday's won't help. Speaking to MUTV after the game at Old Trafford, the United captain attempted to explain the reasons behind United's loss. He said, "Everything was lower than the levels in the game before. We just lack consistency, and that's a big part of football. It's really important to be consistent in every game, and we are not. The fans of Man United are not used to this and don't want to be in this situation. We don't want to be in this situation either. We completely understand their frustrations, and there is nothing we can say." Fans were seen leaving Old Trafford early and the stadium virtually looked empty at full time. Things are looking bleak for Ten Hag. Liverpool and Manchester United keen on a £20 million Premier League midfielder. Liverpool and Manchester United are keen on signing the Fulham midfielder Joao Palinha. As per Vigaches, the 28-year-old has been outstanding since his £20 million move from Sporting 2 years ago, and he has established himself as one of the best defensive midfielders in the country. Liverpool could certainly use a quality defensive midfielder right now, and Palinha would be a superb acquisition if they can pull it off. Meanwhile, Man United could use a defensive midfielder as well, especially with the way Casemiro has performed this season. The Brazilian international has not been at his best, and Palinha could prove to be an upgrade. The 28-year-old is likely to be tempted to join a big club in the coming weeks, and Liverpool and Man United are the biggest clubs in the country. He is likely to cost a substantial amount of money, and it remains to be seen whether Liverpool and Man United are prepared to break the bank for him. Fulham have reportedly already lined up a potential replacement in Andre Tridade. The Brazilian midfielder is expected to join the North London club in January. Man United eyeing RB Leipzig forward Loa Openda ahead of a January transfer window. Manchester United manager Erik Tan Haag has identified RB Leipzig striker Loa Openda as a January transfer target in his bid to land attacking reinforcement, according to the Daily Mirror. The Belgium international has hit the ground running in the Bundesliga after moving from Lens in the summer with 14 goals to his name in 20 games. Openda bagged 21 goals in 42 appearances last season, and he is currently valued at £75 million by Leipzig. Man United have struggled in front of goal this term, with their attackers not firing on all cylinders, and Tan Haag is desperate for solutions. The Dutchman had a senior scout running the rule on Leipzig defender Castello Lukeb against Man City at the Etihad Stadium last month, but he got a detailed report on Openda too after he bagged a brace in their 3-2 loss. He also scored the only goal in the 3-1 defeat in the Champions League first leg in October, with his speed and power proving too much for the Sky Blues defense. Man United have now made him a serious target ahead of next month, as Tan Haag looks to make something out of their underwhelming campaign. Both Anthony Martial and Jadon Sancho are expected to be moved on over the next two transfer windows, while Anthony could also be sold. Openda is still 23 and has the potential to be one of the most prolific goal scorers in Europe going forward, given his excellent finishing abilities, and the Red Devils could do with such a quality hitman. However, whether Leipzig will be keen to sell their star striker midway through the season remains to be seen. Given his huge importance to the team, a summer deal could be more feasible for Man United, but they are not the only club keeping tabs on him, and they need to qualify for the Champions League to have any chance of luring the Belgian to Old Trafford. Man United make inquiry for Stuttgart striker Serhou Guirassy. Man United have inquired about signing Stuttgart striker Serhou Guirassy in the upcoming January window. According to Florian Plattenberg, Man United can secure his services for less than €20 million. Milan, Newcastle, West Ham United, and Roma are also interested in signing him. Guirassy has been in a great form this season, netting 18 goals and registering 2 assists in just 13 appearances. Erik Tan Haag wants to add more firepower to his attack that has underwhelmed this season. Rasmus Højlund joined United in a big money move this summer, but he has yet to score in the Premier League. Anthony Martial has scored just 2 goals across competitions. His off-the-ball work has been very poor, and he is anonymous for large parts of the game. Martial's contract expires next summer, but United have the option to trigger a one-year extension. However, they must sign Guirassy in January and let go of the Frenchman next summer. Højlund is still very young, and adding competition for the number 9 spot is crucial. Having Guirassy in the squad could bring out the best in the Denmark striker. A €20 million fee is peanuts for the Red Devils, considering the recent transfer outlay. One example is signing Antony from Ajax for a staggering €100 million in 2022. If Guirassy wants a move, the Red Devils must move quickly to grab his signature. Manchester United monitoring Man City midfielder Calvin Phillips ahead of potential move. Manchester United are monitoring the situation of England international midfielder Calvin Phillips after Man City manager Pep Guardiola recently admitted he cannot see a place for him in his team. According to The Sun, the Red Devils boss Erik Tan Haag is a big fan of the former Leeds United star, and his side have placed the 28-year-old at the top of their summer shopping list. Guardiola is not expected to stand in Phillips' way if he wants to move to Man United, and a January loan deal could even be possible ahead of a potential permanent exit in the summer. The Red Devils are unlikely to sign Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat permanently, given his struggles since joining on loan in the summer, while they are willing to listen to offers for Casemiro given his huge wages. Tan Hag is eyeing fresh reinforcement in the middle of the park, and the Dutchman believes the Man City man is perfectly suited to Man United and to the philosophy he is trying to instill in the team. Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants the Old Trafford club to focus on investing in and developing English players, and Phillips fits that profile despite his lack of playing time at the Etihad Stadium club. He has played 29 games for them since joining for £42 million in July 2022, but only a handful of them have been starts, with all of his 7 appearances across the Premier League and Champions League this term coming from the bench. Phillips remains a key player for England despite his struggles at club level, and he has the quality to make the Man United midfield tick. Whether he would be keen on such a move remains to be seen, given that he is a proper Leeds man who also graduated from the Yorkshire club's academy before becoming their hero. However, nothing can be ruled out in football, and a move to Old Trafford could happen for Phillips if he is assured of regular playing chances. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.